on, guys? Here we are. My name is Femi the Asian.
Femi the Realtor.
On another episode of Sneakers and Real Estate. Two of my favorite things that I love to talk about. Today we are going to be talking about the Air Force One Oregon Duck. So Air Force Ones has been around since 1984. They've done a lot of dope collaborations, and this I don't think is any different. This shoe I like the colors. I like the materials that they use on it. If you look on the swoosh, it looks like they have pony hair on it. And if you look on the back of both the shoes, you have one that says duck. You have the other one that says egg. And on the insoles, it says which came first. So, like I said, really dope shoe. They come with 3 sets of laces. They have the green ones in there. I think they also come with black. And they come with white pair of laces. So really dope shoe. I think you definitely should grab a pair. Summertime is coming, so I think you need this in your arsenal. Gonna leave this here. You guys can find these online. And my son is gonna let you guys know what's going on with the real estate market right now.
Yeah, so right now with the rates for a 30-year fix, it's a little under 6%. For a 15-year fix, it's a little under 5.5%. For our ARM, it's around 5.5% as well. So as we're closing up the year, you definitely want to, gather your finances, start playing in, because as we know, as time could tell, things are only going to get more expensive. So, it's better to get into the market while you can. Try to strategically start playing in, if you're looking to sell. If that's something you're looking to do, for the spring coming, you want to start playing it now, start getting the house prepped, doing some fixing up, doing some cleaning, removing stuff out of it. If you're looking to purchase, you're looking to invest, you definitely want to start crunching numbers, start looking at properties and getting yourself more familiar with the market. So, now is definitely a great time to jump in the market and, close the year off great and start the year off amazing. So,
yep. So, and without any further ado, my guest that we have here, he's a father. He's a hustler. He's an entrepreneur. He's a film producer. And, we're just glad to have him here. Luke Steven, thank you for your time.
I appreciate that.
Thank you
for having me.
Appreciate it. You've lived, like I said, a lot of lives. Film, entrepreneurship, some real estate. What version do you think right now is the best version of yourself?
Where I'm at today, the filmmaking version, that was my best version. Where I'm at today, yeah.
Nice. What do you think is one misconception that people have, or when they hear the name?
When they hear my name, I guess one misconception, I think in each decade, maybe I've grown into a different person. So depending on what decade you knew me, they seem to always go back to my younger self, immature, not thinking, and I don't think that's how I would like to be remembered.
Yeah, I don't think it's the like you said, the best way to be remembered, because at the end of the day, us growing up, we had, like you said, different paths, different things that we did. But when you evolve into something else, people need to think about that, just like you said, instead of going back to how we all grew up, because, when we were all growing up, we were all trying to figure things out, running the streets or whatever the case might have been. But, you evolving into this juggernaut, in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
It says a lot, and that's what people need to really pay attention to.
Okay. Oh, that's a compliment. Thank you.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, I looked at, and I've seen a lot of what you've done, and also from us just speaking a little bit online, as far as, me seeing you liking some of the stuff that we were doing, and me also being able to reach out to you, and you kind of getting right back to me, and me telling you, what we were looking to do, and us being able to connect it, it says a lot about you as an individual and also as a professional, because as you know, you can reach out to so many different people, and we all know how that goes, and everybody want to be Hollywood, and everybody want to play a lot of these different games, where it's like your professionalism, and I think, your discipline and the way that you came up says a lot about you as far as how you are handling your business now.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to give you your flowers on that.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yes, sir. In the environment that you grew up in, because you were born in Haiti, you lived
Born in Haiti,
lived in Boston,
lived in Boston
and you've been in New York now.
since I was a long time ago. I came here since I came to New York. It had to be like 78 or 79,
Oh, okay.
maybe 77.
77.
77. Yeah, 77, 78, something like that.
Nice.
Um,
How would you say that that's shaped you? Shaped your mindset as a young man, because you're still a young man.
Thank you for that one too. I think how it shaped me is, I think that people are always shaped by the environment. That's why they tell you, like, whoever you're with, that's who you are.
That's true.
And so when I was in Boston, I think my mother was strict Haitian mother. Had no problem pulling the belt out. And so, you kind of like are in check.
Right.
When we came to New York, when I was getting ready to go to high school to live, I had visited New York, but when we came to New York to live, I think she was getting older. I was getting older.
Right.
I was meeting, because in Boston, I played basketball and dealt with school.
Got it.
So everyone that I was with played basketball or went to school.
Right.
So when I came to New York, I met people because I came to New York and I played ball when I came to New York. So I had that group of people. And then when I went to the high school, I started meeting and seeing other people.
Yes.
And other people had things that I didn't have. And my mother couldn't give me. And I wanted them. And I became attracted to these different things, which led to a different kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And although it wasn't like my Haitian household, because my mother was strict. So again, when you have kids, like I have kids, when they get to that high school or right into the high school age, it's a rebellion.
Yes.
So
It's funny that you say that.
when I'm meeting these different people, I'm at that age of rebelling.
Right.
So when my mother, things like stand in the corner, do this, and you're gonna hit me with the belt, or no, I'm gonna wrap the belt. No, I'm not gonna stand in the corner and get on my knees, and some of those things is not flying anymore. So I'm rebelling against her, and then I'm rebelling against my culture because my mother is the culture. Because it is saying, hey, she's a strict Haitian mom. That's the culture. So now I don't like her and I don't like my culture. So I think the thing that I really regret is that I missed out on that time when I could have my mother teaching me Creole, teaching me how to cook, teaching me how to do other things. But I was distracted by this new lifestyle, his fast-paced New York life. Not saying that Boston wasn't fast-paced. Boston is fast-paced, but where I lived, my surroundings,
You were away from it.
you never saw it. I didn't see none of that stuff till I came to New York, and I go to my godmother's house in the projects, and it's people up the block, and they're 18 years old, and they got 98s and other stuff, and I'm just like, clothes, new this, so it's like, I wanted it. So, I was very intelligent, a 90 student. I just did. How they say you can have all the brains in the world, but you can still be a crash dummy. So
Yes.
I had all the brains in the world, but I was a dummy. I did some dumb stuff.
We all did. But what's so funny about your childhood, and I think some of the things that I was watching and trying to pay attention to, it reminds me a lot of how I came up, because my parents are Nigerian.
Oh, of course.
So how you came up as far as being disciplined and some of those different things is exactly how I grew up and some of the things that I went through as well. So it's like, as you're talking, I'm remembering it and it's kind of taking me back to my childhood and, you know, how I came up. So that's why, you know, us sitting down and you telling your story was something that I felt like was really needed. And for me, it's probably more therapeutic than anything else.
So, but you was born here.
Yeah.
Then you went there.
Then I went to Nigeria for 8 years.
How old was you when you got back?
When I came back, I was 10.
You was 10. Both your parents were together?
They were. My dad, he was married. He had 3 wives, actually. Well, Nigeria.
Listen.
Yeah.
It said the Haitian have 3, 4 families, they be telling me. So
Right. All right. So
it's the culture.
it's the culture.
Yeah.
You want to ask one question?
But looking back at it, what was the moment you felt like, you know, once you kind of indulged and started getting into some of that stuff, when did you feel like, you know, if I kind of keep going this way, this stuff is not going to end well?
I think that you can curse on here.
Yeah.
Hard head makes however that goes.
Soft ass, right?
Well, I don't know if I want to say soft ass, and we got to say pause now. Is this
right?
you not gonna pause me?
I was waiting for you. The pause game is out of control now.
The pause game is bananas. Like, I got a godson, and he be like, "Oh my God, yo, that was crazy." I said, "What? What did I say? What did I say? What you talking about?" But
You eat a hot dog now, they're going to kill you. Luke, why you eating that? Pause that. There's Lizzie, like...
I went on we had a table read last night on Zoom. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm hungry. I went and got a... So I forgot about Zoom. I had the banana. He was like, hey, yo, what you doing? Yo. Like, yo.
Trying to get my protein.
I said,
Pause that. I don't know.
I said, okay, so I said, damn, you can't eat bananas? He said, no, it's the way you eat them. I said, so what am I supposed to do? Slice it? I said,
Pause.
and he said, yeah. or at least break it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it like that. You know, like break a piece off. I was like, damn, you got to change the way that you eat everything. I say, but okay.
Everything monitored now, yeah.
Everything. It's the wave of the internet and social media. So everything you say, everything you do is monitored, it's challenged. Nothing is, whatever you say is not it. Here, I got someone that opposes, they can say whatever they want to say behind the screen, behind the computer, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that I really, and I might have took us off from what you was asking me, only thing that I really, like, the internet is entertainment, but, you know, some of these guys really get into it, and then they get into this beefing thing with other people, like, you know, and I don't know if they're going to see each other, if they don't see each other, but it's just like, to me, it's like, I don't understand that. Yeah. You know, now, especially when the guys is 50 and 60 years old. Now, when you're 20 years old, like, you know, if you're in the street, someone says something, boom, you go talk to them, yeah. You go take care of business, that was it. But, you know, the way that it is now is just like everybody can say, you can say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want. And chances are you're never going to see the person that you're saying it about. You may not never bump into him. And then if you do bump into him, so then what? You're going to cause yourself to go to jail over
something stupid, right?
Something that's said. So it's just this kind of different. So I just try to stay out of harm's way.
Oh, nice. Because you lived in all these different places and how you grew up, like you said, we're all teenagers, how we all grew up. What would you say the skills or survival instincts from that era helped you later in business?
From if any era, what helped me? Well, I don't know if it was that era or if it's just things that are instilled in me, right? So like you said, you watched something that says, I don't never sleep. So now when I was hustling, me would go out and I would go back to the block.
Yeah.
They would go in. So if I'm filming, I can go home and say, I got to look at a edit for another movie.
Something else that you're working on.
I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's I think it's the work ethic. Like some people say, hey, you know, it was that way that he was hustling, so he brought that into filmmaking. But I think it was who I am as an individual that made me hustle like that. So it wasn't just the hustling. I don't want to be like, hey, it's me, it's me, it's me. But I conditioned myself because of the environment, because I'm younger and I'm seeing older people and I'm thinking, like it's a couple of times my people used to be like, oh, you got to slow you down because I'm thinking too fast. It's like I'm moving too fast. Like, again, I was a 90 student. I just did very smart, just did some dumb shit and was doing some dumb shit. It just got caught up. But I'm kind of understanding that I'm smarter
Than the average?
than a lot of these guys that's doing this. Not top guys, because tip my hat to them. I learned a lot of things from them. Like for instance, Preem was doing movies before
It was even
it was thing to do movies. This is 25 years ago. You had the satellite company before you had what's that? The dish. Yeah, he had that in 1984.
wow.
He was putting satellites on people's houses so they could watch TV.
Wow.
So, some of the people that I was associated with, they're not the nicest people, but they had a level of intelligence. Just did dumb shit. Because you don't know. You're living. You're experiencing. It's like, I don't want to say it's like the college kids that do something and get in trouble and get thrown off campus, because it's a lot bigger and more criminal than that aspect. But again, I was surrounded by those people, so I became what I surrounded myself with.
Right. Well, what they say, sorry to cut you off, you're a product of your environment.
Yeah. So it's like, now I hang around filmmakers. So I'm becoming a filmmaker. If I was a ball player, I'm going to hang around ball player. If you're a drug dealer, you're going to hang around drug
Drug dealers, that's true.
That's usually how life works.
Yeah.
So I think everything was a process for God to put me right where I am right now, at this building, at this table, in front of you guys.
Thank you.
So that's my journey.
Nice. Want to switch gears a little bit. What was a moment or like a series of events that you was that shifted like your life's direction?
To this,
Yes.
I'm getting tired, getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. And, like go to prison. And again, some people go to prison and go, I ain't never going to do that. I'm never going there again.
Okay.
I went to prison and said, you know what? Next time, I got to be a better criminal. I got to be a better criminal. Like, they caught me, I got to be better. So you go again, something happens again, you go to prison again, and you go, you know what? Next time, I swear to God, it's gonna be different. I ain't going to jail. I'm holding court in the street to get that. And I think the last time when I went, it was for something I didn't do.
That you didn't do.
And I ended up doing 5 years, but I think they was trying to give us like 20 or 40 years.
40 years, if I heard correctly.
Yeah. And, the lawyer, I guess the case probably was falling apart. I think the agent viewed that we didn't do it, but he didn't care. He had someone that's put us there in the location. Well, he he rolled with it. But as it was falling apart, they came and said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to offer you caps." So cap is, well, I'll explain the cap for the viewers. Cap is they can't go over the time. So my cap was 60 months, even though my guidelines said 120 months because of the crime. I was ready to go to trial because I didn't.
You didn't do it.
So my attorney came and told me, and I called my daughter, the oldest one,
I was just about to mention that.
and asked her, what do you think? I said, I could take 60 months, which is 5 years, or we can go to trial. And the stories that I'm hearing, because I've never went to trial before in the feds, is that sometimes you go to court and there's someone there that she's never saw before testifying against you.
Right.
So I explained to my daughter the logistics, and I said, yo, you know what? I'm going to take the time because this is for the things that I didn't get caught for, because you have to pay the piper. No matter what's going on in your life, it's a karma, and you have to pay the piper. So I took it as, you know what? God has something else for me. I'm going to take the time. Took the Fed time, became a personal trainer while I was in there.
Nice.
I came out, was a personal trainer, got into restaurants, got into promoting parties and comedy shows, and finally got into film, and I absorbed other things like restaurants and parties, but not like film. Film just, it just took me into another place, another zone, and I loved it. I, went to festivals, I went to seminars, I went to everything that everything was about film. Like even today, like I tell someone, 25 hours, 8 days a week. That's film for me.
Well,
is nothing else. Everything has to be geared to creating or developing or making a film. If I go out, I don't go out. I go out if I have to go somewhere where someone's going to be, or I need to be there with them so I can have a discussion with them, and kind of get this thing going.
Nice. Who spoke life into you when you needed it the most?
Who spoke life into me when I needed it the most? I would say, who do we call on when we always in trouble time? God. Allah. Yeah. That's who spoke life into me. That's who, you get to a place and it's enough, whether it's partying, whether it's hustling, whether it's whatever, when you get to that place, even dealing with a person, like people in relationships, you hear the women say this all the time. Oh God, show me a sign that he's the one that, show me a sign so I can leave this dude at home because I know he's doing this and that. So we've heard that all the time, and all that is an actual fact. So, my thing is pray, meditate, repeat.
Pray, meditate, repeat. You guys hear that? Repeat. You hear that, right?
That's what keeps me sane, because some of these people they're kind of nuts. I don't know if it's like, again, and bad on our part. We created something in the 80s that made households become single parent households, mothers. Yeah. So you got mothers raising men. Or mother, don't get me wrong, some girls can do that. Right. But most women, they're emotional. So they're teaching their young man, he's going to be emotional. So when you see them crashing out and going crazy, they're emotional. They're in an emotional state of mind. And sometimes when you're emotional, you can do some things that don't make sense, that don't add up. Shooting someone because he stepped on your sneakers does not make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
That all makes sense.
Right.
So I think, and I might kill me or whatever, be mad at me, but I really think that if the black man was president of the household, it would be a better household. Love is always greater than anything to me. I want to be a better human being today than I was yesterday. That's my goal.
Got it. So with you, how you grew up? Because I know it was usually you and your mom. Your dad wasn't really around.
No, my dad, they weren't married. He tried to assassinate him. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Papa Doc, but my mother didn't want my father around me. I didn't know this growing up. I just thought he wasn't around, but, speaking to my sisters and finding out who he was because he was against Duvalier. Duvalier was a ruthless dictator. He had his hit squad and everything else that, he did a lot of things that was very cruel to the country.
Yeah, right.
A lot of havoc, and from my understanding, because I met my brothers and sisters from my father's side, and I was able to get more stories because every Thanksgiving, my daughter found them. So every Thanksgiving right before COVID, since 2019, we might have missed 2 because of COVID, but every Thanksgiving we go to my sister's restaurant and celebrate Thanksgiving.
Nice.
So they always told me stories about my dad that I was not getting before. Once I started finding, now my sisters started divulging different things like, hey, your father used to come and we used to see him on the corner, but Ma wasn't letting him in. So, it's like I only saw him once. And when I saw him, came to my sister's house with my mother, but it's like I got a 500 convertible in the front. I got a BM. It's like, okay, hey, what's up? I didn't have a beef or nothing. Like, it was just like, okay. So, it wasn't like, oh, my father's back. Let me hang out with my father. Like, I'm not thinking about my father at this point in time. Right. When he passed, he was a professor at Columbia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I used to ask myself, like, okay, he was at Columbia. You lived in Rosedale. I lived in Jamaica, but I only saw you once. Like, what was you doing? Like, you wasn't on drugs. You wasn't whatever. So would I be the same if my father was around? Or would I be the same if my, is this, it has different, you have different thoughts as to, because you're always, if you don't ask yourself, why am I here? During the course of doing whatever you're doing, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, then you got to check yourself. You got to ask yourself, like, okay, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be in the future? Like, and again, like I said, why am I here? So my thing is that I'm not scared to fail, which is why I'll try so many things. If it fails, this shit is not working. I'm going to do something else. I'm not going to be like, I think filmmaking, I accomplished changing my life around, right? I don't think that I'm where I want to be in filmmaking. So, people say, hey, you're a success. You're a success. I measure success on decimal points.
I was going to say that too, because I hear so many people say that about you.
I make up decimal points. So if my account is not successful, how am I successful? I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'd rather...
Been there, done that.
Yeah. I'd rather starve or not do as well. So I successfully did the transition. That much I can say. Because some people, they'll have a foot out, and when things get rough...
I'm going to go right back to what... Yeah.
Because it's easy.
Right.
It's natural for you. You know what I'm saying? So you'll tend to go what's easy because, again, when you're doing that, your things can turn around so quickly.
Right.
and then things can become a nightmare.
So quickly.
But you're not thinking about the nightmare. You're thinking, hey, I get into this and short and then I'm finished, which never happens. So with that, and I've seen too many people say that I've been around. Oh, this is it. Couple more months, boom. Something happens before
You never.
a month. You never get to that couple of months because something happens and now your life is completely different. So it's like, you can't go, all right, January 1st, I quit. You had to get up and say, I quit. And that's it.
That's it.
If you leave a mark, and I've seen this with so many people that
You watch it play out.
with, it'll be like, okay, you know what? 6 months, we're going to hustle hard, boom, 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 I'm going to switch that. And before that time comes to that deadline that you put, something happens. Something happens, either maybe something close to you gets killed, you get arrested. Like all these things can be life-saving, changing situations if you're not on top of
it. But you measuring success on decimal point. Would you should, yeah, but that has a lot to do with everything that you were doing before. So almost like a gift and a curse in a sense.
Oh, yeah, because if you don't have, you're definitely a bum. So, that's how you look. I'm like, this nigga ain't getting no money. The brass spoken,
Right.
Right. That's how it's spoken then. That's how it's spoken. That's how the women speak. Oh, that guy getting no money. I ain't going nowhere with him. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the women that don't jack you. Then all of a sudden when you're up, here they come.
Every single time, right?
Here they come. Yeah.
Leaving the streets, leaving it behind, I know is it's not a switch. It's a process, just like you just said.
Mm-hmm.
What part of that process would you say was the hardest for you?
The initial one. I'm quitting. Because when the bills start coming and then, because just trust me, when you have a female in your life and she's used to a certain way and you say, I don't want you to do that. Trust me, if there's nothing to replace the greenery that was coming, she's going to hang out for a little bit, but trust me, she's going to go.
Yeah.
Because where's the money?
Yeah.
They always tell you this. I could do bad by myself. When you're bad, right? When they're bad, that's not the language, right? That's not the language. That's not the language.
That's tough, man. Let's talk about entering the film world. How did you break into the movie industry? What was the first opportunity that you would say changed everything?
So I had a friend that was he used to do parties, big parties. Chaz Williams, he used to do parties. That's how I met Shug.
A Black End?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rock and everyone. And he came to the restaurant and said, yo, I'm gonna put you with my nephew, da-da-da. He wants to, he's doing film. Like, maybe you can help him with equipment, whatever. So this is the first time. And we started hanging out. I started doing some films. We came up with a series because web series was very popular back then. And you had Money and Violence. So he's like, yo, watch Money and Violence. Like, we could do something, but let's do it with girls instead of guys. I said, okay. Came up with a series called Pray Before You Eat, Prey. And we did, girls praying on basically the same thing the table view was about, girls praying on.
Praying on Deuce?
Yeah. So we did maybe 2 episodes. I came up with a thing like, instead of doing a series, we're going to do a movie series.
Okay.
Because you got to come up with something. You got to think, you got to do something different to get the audience to come. So we did that back then, 500,000 views, I think we got on YouTube.
Nice.
No money, but you're happy because you're doing something. But You're not
And somebody's paying attention to it.
you're not doing the math, because the math is like you're spending,
You know what I mean?
but nothing
It's coming back.
is coming in. You just look good. And the world is like, hey, it's good. You left it alone. Boom, boom, boom. You don't think that it's like, hold up. After 3 years, and my wife was looking at me crazy, like, oh, I tell you, I want to do a burger spot, and you keep putting this money in this hood dude, and no, because he wasn't. No, not. I'm gonna say. She just felt I should have been doing something else.
Got it.
And I didn't. She left. I still did it. Jewelry started leaving. I still did it. Cars. I still did it. My office now became my home because we had a divorce, or she divorced me, and she sold the house. We had I think we had a condo in Atlanta. She bought the condo. She gave me some money to bring the condo back up to speed as far as taxes.
Got it.
But other than that, that was that. I'm a kind of person that will always blame myself for everything. Like, so of course I'm blaming
Blame
myself.
yourself, of course.
Because but there were some things that I did, like in a marriage. It was times that maybe she was insecure, and instead of grabbing her and holding her and saying, "It's all right, I would just look at her like, "You're bugging. What's wrong?" Like, because I wasn't used to that either.
Of course.
Right? I wasn't used to a person being like that, like being insecure.
Got it.
Because we can be so secure within ourselves,
Also.
kind of cocky.
True.
And she was a beautiful woman. She wasn't one of those that gets her body done and all that. So maybe she felt a way, but instead of making her feel secure, I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
So, of course, now she's gone, and it's like, I should have did that. I should, because I noticed that everyone I try to talk to, my friend said, you're trying to have them measure up to her. And when I say measure up to her, because, bro, when you talk about someone that wasn't needy,
Really?
that's why it was bugging me out when she would act like that, when, about the girls. Like, this is a person that wasn't needy.
Right.
You didn't have to call. Like, if I went out of town, it's like, oh, just call me when you come back. And I'm trying to call them, like, oh, just call me when you come back. It's like, oh, I've never seen a woman.
Anybody look right like that. Yeah.
So we hooked up, we courted, we got married. And again, since divorce, when I go out with women, some of them be kind of needy. Like, like, oh, do you really like me? And I want to say, aren't you at my house? He would be like, what type of walker?
What you asking me right now?
Like, what are you asking me? That's a turnoff. That's a turnoff for me.
Right.
It's like, because you got to be confident in yourself. Like, we got to be cool. Like, but, and again, I think I don't like to be questioned.
Yeah.
And that's not just with the women, that's just with anyone. I think that whenever someone starts asking me questions, it just sends me to somewhere else that it's not, I'm not mad and I'm not angry, I'm not lashing out, but I am rebellious against that. And then sometimes I may say, another thing, I don't like to get told things over and over again. Whether I do it over,
That's a whole nother story, right?
that you remind me of my mother. She was a nag. That's why I left home.
That's why I left home. All right.
Yeah. So, I got some shit with me. I got to work on me.
But that rebellious then you've had since
I was young.
early, so kind of hard for us to break habit when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you like a two-party question. What made people trust you early on, and who is somebody that you would want to work with?
So, what do you mean, trust me?
Oh,
As
far as
a person that gives me a budget or something like that?
yeah, either giving you a budget or just even them, taking their time out to work with you or work whatever idea maybe you had coming up. What do you think like stood out or made you,
The first thing that stands out is my work ethic, because everybody wants to deal with me because of my work ethic. another thing with back then, right? You had kind of like principles. So in this world, right, people give you money to invest, right? And sometimes, like, for instance, my first partner, one time he told me, well, shit, if we do something and it don't work, it just didn't work. So I'm like, you got to pay them back.
Exactly. All this bread that's being put up. Like, what are we talking
You
about?
don't have to you don't have to pay them back the money. And he'll say, oh, no, yeah, we're going to pay him. But that's not what he meant, right? So I think part of it is that people probably felt early on that if I give him something, he's going to find a way to pay me. And of course, your first people that's dealing with you are your friends, and your relatives, right, before you get on to the next people.
Right.
The next people that want to invest with you, they're investing in you because they want to make money, because they see something in you and they see like, okay, he can get some things going on. And, you know, and again, as you watch and you playing the game, like I told you, it don't happen like this with movies, right?
That's a process for real.
It's a process, right? So when I do something, I go all in. So when I'm doing movies, like I said, I don't have the money. Like I told you, you need some money.
Some money. Yeah.
But you don't know that at first. You just say, hey, okay, I'm gonna do it. Then you learn the process. You go to YouTube. You get no money on YouTube, but you don't know what's happening.
Right.
I got a guy that's teaching me, but he doesn't know anything either. But he's the lead, and like, oh man, we're gonna get a $10 million deal, and I'm okay. Let's do it. What you need? Come on, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. But it's a lot to it than that. It's not like, who's going to give me $10 million and I ain't did shit? Right. But, you know, when you're learning the game, it's like, and you know, can't no one tell you about, because I done did this. Yo, you need to put it on like, nah, hey, yo, this is dope. Right? And then keep doing it, and you keep doing it, right? Because you have some money. Right. Now, when the money's gone, and it's like, you got to start thinking. This is like,
and you would think, people know you would think of
how I'm gonna, you know, pull this situation off. So again, for me, I dealt with that person when I first started, and I think when Chaz passed, I think it was 2019, and I told dude, like, hey, listen, you know, Chaz is gone. I don't think I can deal with you. Because you're thinking, you got to remember, this is the guy that, oh no, we're going to pay.
We're going to try.
But he's not meaning it.
Right.
Right? And it's like, no, I don't think you know, and I could tell it's like, you're rocking with me, but you're rocking with me for the moment because you got your own ideas. But at that time, you're the creator.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Right.
You're the creator. That's why I'm listening to you. Try this, get this, do that. All we got to do is do this. All we got to do is do this.
Right.
And like I said again, I didn't know what I was doing. He didn't know what he was doing, right? We stopped dealing with each other in the end of 2019. From that time to this time is everything I've done besides the 2 projects I've done with him, right? Mm-hmm. Since that time, he's working on his first project without me.
His first.
Not saying that something's wrong, or that's what you chose. Maybe he was going through something, but he's the one that I was learning from. Right? Again, my resilience, my passion, I just worked. Yeah. I worked. I got around people. I learned, and I did better. After I do a movie, we'll sit down and we'll talk about how can we do the next one better. Right. So, like I said, when I stopped dealing with him, I met a brother named True.
Nice.
So me and True had the same birthday. He's a me, but without the hustling shit.
Okay.
You know, the passion, the you know, like I said, integrity. They never sleep. They never, the integrity, the everything. Mm-hmm. And we just started rocking, and different things would come my way. Some people might have been attracted. I mean, I don't mean attracted, pause, but something might.
There we go again, folks.
Might have been because of the past.
Right.
Right? So the past could help me get to
A certain point.
a certain point of people because it's like if I'm interested. Right? They want to see, like I want to deal with you. That's like when you see someone comes, everybody comes, someone comes home to jail, everybody,
Right.
it's just that thing. So it helps you, but then it stops you when you get into the people that have the real moment. Because the people with the real check writers, not no 50, 100,000, 150, 400, whatever. When you trying to get some M's, they want to make sure that your shit is right.
Right.
So it gets you in, but then it causes a hindrance. Because then there's other factors like, did he stop? Or he's still hustling?
Right.
Is he gonna fuck my shit up? Like if I had a big, nice bank account, I'm not trying to deal with anyone that's hustling. I already know what's gonna happen. It's like
At some point.
something happens to you because of who I am. Guess what? They're gonna say, "Oh,
It was, yeah.
he had something to do with it." As they say, fuck.
Yeah.
So
Even though you're so far removed from that world, that's still what they.
I don't even be knowing what be going on. I don't know who's what. How. I don't know. I don't know any. So, but I might have went off. What was the question again?
Somebody that you would want to work with.
Oh, who would I want to work with? Come on, bro. Who would I want to work with? Say the name. Curtis Jackson. Nah, Spike Lee, 50 Cent, Ava.
Nice.
I forgot the producer's name who did the Shy. Woman, short haircut. I think it begins with the L.
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Listen, I just want to work with great people.
Like-minded people.
So I could be great. And so you can teach me and show me how I can be better. Because like I said, again, I want to be better today than I was yesterday. And tomorrow I got to be better than today. So that means I got to find people that know more, have more, and do more than what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm stuck.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck. I don't want to be the best person in the room. I don't want to be
Or the smartest.
I don't want to be the brightest person in the room. I want to be able to learn from you, him. If I can't learn from none of you guys,
What's the point?
why am I here? It's not doing me no good. I'm stuck. I'm not growing. Like, you have to grow because, especially in the film world, because it's constantly
Evolving. You were just saying that.
constantly. Every 3, 4, 6 months, the independent film space changes. Tubi was a great thing. I got involved with Tubi in 2021. Since then, right now, the CPM rates, which is the commercial minutes, that AVOD gets to pay you. I think that the payment is like maybe a little over half of what it was in
Back then?
2021.
Wow.
And to just show you something, okay, it's at least 20 to 30 million more people going through Tubi a month. It's more projects on there than it was before, but our payout is lower.
Wow.
That is called how you learned how the big boys do it. Because, like Netflix might have 100 million subscribers,
Right.
and they up at $2. 200 million a month.
Oh my God. Well,
It's just that easy.
right.
So, just trying to find a space, I think, for right now, because I think that the powers that be kind of shut it down, which he said Fox had did that before, where it was doing that for television. You had Martin, you had Color, Living Color.
Living Color.
You had, all these black shows.
Right. Steve Harvey.
They don't have them anymore.
Right.
Because we brought the audience. Everyone was hashtagging Tubi. Everyone was doing this. Now they got it.
Look.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're not taking everything that we used to take. We're going to get rid of these niggas. Because they're the ones that shooting with their phones and their little cameras. So you know what? We're going to bring a new quality control level that BS ain't going to be able to get in. So that means you need a certain amount of money. So that means your budget has to be a little high.
A little high.
And guess what? You ain't making as much money. Is that a recipe for
disaster?
Yes. So I think nowadays, and again, it's a process. It's not happening overnight. You have to create your own website and put it out yourself so independently, because my movies get 10 million, 13, 15, 17 million views. That ain't shit. It's nothing in streaming world. So, like, I'll talk to people that do their YouTube and, hey, I do this and you got to pay me this because I got 300,000 subscribers and I had 1 million views. I said, okay, so you had your 1 million views. That adds up to, for instance, I need 13 million views to get 65, 70,000.
13 million.
2021, I needed 100,000 to make 90 to 100.
Wow.
So now you have to now there's so much content.
Right.
You have to make sure that you have marketing money. It's costing you more money. More money. So this is how they eliminated the black man from this situation. Right. I'm just showing you what they're doing.
Right.
It's you just gotta keep working to find a formula, or do it yourself.
Or do it yourself.
Try to do it yourself, and that's gonna take a good process of 4 or 5 years for you to build up your channel. So my thing was, when I speak to my guy, it's like we try to get our audience from Tubi.
Right.
We have a Facebook group that has 140,000 people, but you
Right.
have some Tubi groups that have 750,000 people, right? But you have to remember, I got 750,000 people in the group, and everybody in the group watched. Even if I had all the Facebook groups combined, it's about 2 million people.
Right.
That ain't no money.
Based on what you just said.
That's not no money. You still need more. Like I showed with Sin, I felt Sin was a dope movie.
Right.
We had Lou Gossett, we had Sean Nelson, we had Angel Love, Bella Black, Marquand, Shiggy. I felt that it was gonna go crazy.
Go crazy.
Everybody likes it, but I haven't been able to get it in front of enough eyes. You need marketing money.
Yeah.
Which at first, when you first came in on Tubi, you didn't need that. You need to do that. You do the crew, everyone's watching, but it's so much content.
Content now. Yeah.
It's so much content, you'll get lost in the sauce. You get lost in the sauce unless you got a name for yourself and you're already gone. So I have a half-ass name for myself. So we do get people to watch, and we do get the views, but I don't need 9 million views in a month. I need 20.
20. Oh my God.
I need 20. How do I get 20? You have to sit down. Now you have to get a marketing team. Strategize. You have to do it better. It's not just, I can create and we're going to let it. Nah. You got a lot of influences. Mm-hmm. So you get the influences on your movies and you do this, and this one has 1 million this, 1 million that. Don't mean shit. Like you have some people on Tubi that when they're in, your joint goes crazy.
Right.
You do have that, but it's not the same people as the influencers in YouTube.
Right.
It's two different
Two
spaces,
different spaces, right?
but it's still, that just shows you how much his content,
And how much has changed so much?
how much it's
Especially-
changed, because it's like someone can do something on YouTube, don't mean you doing that in Tubi.
That's it.
Someone could do that on Tubi, and they ain't doing it on YouTube.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's just like, we all just trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out, right?
Trying to figure it out.
Well,
I'm just honest.
we appreciate the honesty, man. Out of all the projects that you've done so far, which one has meant the most to you, and why?
For right now, I would say Sin.
Sin.
Sin, because it was, it's a good movie. It's a major movie. Got to hang out with Lou Gossett.
I was about to ask you how that
Yo,
was, how that
yo.
that experience.
Listen, I spoke to Lou in the, what do they call those things? They drive you around.
Or like Picard?
The car wasn't a truck, but like the thing with the bed and all that other
Yeah. Okay.
What they call those?
Not the trailers.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting in there with him, and we talking, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I had to call," because when he did the role, he's a blind painter, so we didn't have to put no
Yeah.
context in his eyes, no nothing. So you watch the movie, go watch the movie. If you watch the movie, you'll see that he looks like he's blind for real. He's like, "Yeah, man, I had to call Steve Wonder, make sure I got the notes for this to do whatever." And if you watch that, you will think
He's blind.
he's a blind painter. His eyes is not moving. He's not like none of that. They look glassy, all of that. Don't ask me how, but that's how he did. And that's why he's,
Who he is, huh?
yeah, or who he was.
Right. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Lou Gossett.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time and your energy.
So I wanted to ask a question with the stakes so high, kind of going back to what you were saying before. Now it's not 9 million views, you need 20 million views. What keeps you so passionate, and what keeps you, wanting to keep filling the space?
You're like, "Man, turn back now." Oh, I got 8 years in. It's do or die. Bed-Stuy. Do it. I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Because guess what? It's some movies that get that. So it's like, gotta sit there and like, okay, what is it? Sometimes it's the timing. Like, same thing with music. It's the timing, it's whatever. And, the more I do, the better I get. So again, always use the analogy. Kobe, LeBron, Mike. 2 hours in the gym before, 2 hours in the gym after.
After.
That's why they work regular. That's what I have to be. I can't be regular. I got to do extra. And if you work hard, you're going to reap the benefits. So what I get from that is work harder. You're not working hard enough. Like, say, for instance, if I was reaching out and, "Hey, I want to be on your podcast," and he was, not that little our podcast, I wouldn't be mad at him. I would go, "Okay, I got to work harder. But work harder till he notices me and he's going to ask me to be on this podcast. I'm going to work harder till this one sees this. I'm just going to work harder and you're going to win them over." So I'm going to work so hard that my enemies are going to support me. They're going to be my supporters because they won't have, it's going to be like, "Yo, we can't knock this kid down. I can't get him to fold." So I ain't gonna lie, the joints is pretty good.
I can't front.
I can't front. The joints is pretty good. I'm gonna fire him. I'm gonna fuck with him slowly, but I'm gonna fuck with him.
Right.
And that's just how it has to. That's how it is for me. That's my take on it. I can't tell you what someone else
is doing.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for me, that's what I do.
Nice. Let's talk about some real estate for a little bit.
Okay.
When did real estate enter the picture for you?
Real estate was my dream before everything else, right? So my thing was, hey, we're going to do these businesses, boom, 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 boom. And film got in the way.
Mm.
So instead of me doing real estate, I did film. And it was the blind leading the blind. And if I look back, right, it would have been better for me to do real estate. If I would still have my wife, it would have been us, just us, right? Working together instead of this nigga, that nigga, this nigga, that bro, that bro. I'm shooting for the nigga thing, but this nigga, that nigga, this person, that person. So doing a movie, it takes a lot of moving.
A lot of season, yeah.
You got to deal with a lot of people, a lot of attitudes, a lot of everything.
A lot of personalities.
A lot of personalities. The real estate would have been simple. It would have been easy. It's just you and the person. Of course, you got to work through, depending on what type
What you're
real
doing.
estate
Yeah, right.
So, like, you can flip houses, or you can build from scratch, or
Right.
you can
Develop.
develop, or you can buy it. I'm an Airbnb out. So that was my thing for real estate. And like I said, with the property is like my sister had passed. I got the property from her daughter. When we divorced, I had
So you went.
get rid of the property
Nice.
to survive. And my husband, the movie says not making
It's not making money.
I gotta do something. And so my time in real estate was short-lived. But my mind is reeling since I keep, since I met you two guys, it's like, okay, I gotta get some bread and talk back to them.
Real estate is easy, man. That's you got your arena, I got my arena. I'm 23 years in, like I told you before. I got my license a month before he was born. So, and I've been doing it, and he's 4 years in now. He's 20.
So what's the main like what kind of real estate are you doing?
A lot of residential. I do some commercial, but a lot of residential. So like I help a lot of buyers become homeowners. I help a lot of sellers sell their property, and some that are looking to invest. I help them with that as well. And me personally, I'm a real estate investor. So like I buy properties, fix them, sell them. So I flip property. And just giving, a lot of my clients just different advice as far as, okay, so you bought this property for $500,000. It's not worth $1 million. You're looking to cash out. What do I do with that money? How do I avoid capital gains? Okay, you want to avoid that? Let's do a 1031 exchange. You're trying to figure out what to do with this money. It's your primary, house that you've had. So, because you guys are married, capital gains you're not really gonna have to worry about, or at least on the first $500,000, $250 for yourself, $250 for your spouse or your partner. So on $500,000 on your primary house, you're not gonna have to worry about no capital gains. So let's take that money and flip it and go do something else with it. So that's been, what I've been doing, like I said, for the last almost 24 years. Just helping people out, helping them make their dreams turn into reality. Because, for us, especially in the a lot of the minorities and just Black households, or just where we come from, they don't talk about home ownership enough. They don't talk about that American dream enough. And, when you have conversations with people, you let them know that you're thinking some of these things are not attainable, but it really is. Like the amount of money that you're taking now, you're about to put into this rental. You're about to give first month's rent. You're about to give security, and you're giving a broker's fee. Sometimes you're paying 4 ways. So if we're talking on a $3,000 rental, you're talking $12,000. $12,000, you could take that money and you could use it as a down payment on something, and then level up, and it just makes everything else that you're looking to do from that point easier.
So what made you get into it?
Me?
Because his dad, or you've seen the examples and like, oh no, I need to get into this. They got a little bit of bread going on over there.
Nah, a little bit of both, honestly. But I think really my dad, just a lot of like what he was doing, and just seeing the freedom he had, got into like moving around and stuff, like be around me. A lot of times, like for example, like kids when I was going to high school and play basketball and stuff, like their parents weren't really around them or like allowed to come to the games, or not allowed, but you know they weren't really present or couldn't really be there because of their work schedule or what they had going on for them. Like my dad was always around for me. Like I was always doing stuff with him, running around with him. So, you go to other people's households, you're around other people, you don't see that often. So, kind of taking after, some of the stuff he was going through, and also seeing, too, a lot of the people like, I might see them 10 years ago, I'm still seeing them up to today. So, just a lot of the working relationships, meeting different peoples, a lot of different avenues, you could get into just by like, for me personally, starting off being an agent, but I'm able to branch out. Like he said, he's an investor as well, and some of the other different avenues. So that's kind of why I gravitated towards it.
Yeah, I didn't tell him to get into the business though. So like I found out that he wanted to be an agent when he passed the test. Because
Wait, I'm gonna go back to something because you asked me, even though I answered it, you asked me what keeps me going, because you do make money in the independent film space. You just need to figure out how to make it going, which takes some money.
Yeah.
But if you get into that lane, you're going to make a lot of money. There's millionaires made from Tubi. And some of them started during, because you guys remember during pandemic, they got rich.
yeah,
They got rich. The CPM rate was very high.
right. You said that before.
This is before I got in. I got in 2021. In 2020, when the pandemic came, you had people that was in there from before. Now pandemic, you got to stay in. And what are you doing?
You're watching
Movies. The price was high. They made a lot of money. The price went down. They already up. They already have the formula.
Yep.
Because of the time.
The time.
So that's why it works. Because I don't want the viewers to think, yo, they do all that work. You mean
They're making that money.
you do make money. You just gotta work. You gotta figure it out. You gotta work. I mean, like, was your first real estate deal successful?
No. Well, actually, my very first one was me buying a house. So, like, my first year in the business, I bought a house and I sold no houses my first year in the business. And I didn't know I didn't know anything about anything. So I figured it out on the fly.
You figured it out as you went along.
As I went along.
Asking questions. When Leanna Brown, you had the information or maybe spoke to some people that was great at what they're doing and they gave you some tips.
Yeah. It's just for me getting into the business. I closed on my first house 3 months after getting licensed. And then exactly a week later, I got laid off from work.
And how long did it take you to sell that house?
We ended up keeping it. We kept that house for 4 years, 4.5 years. Everybody kept telling me, so we closed in July. They're like, your first payment isn't due till September. So since you got laid off from work, you got enough time to sell it. I said, you don't know me, or you don't know how I'm wired. We kept that house. He was 3 months old at the time. My daughter was 4. We kept that house for 4.5 years. And then moved it to a new place. Because I've always, like you, I'm a survivor. That's just what I've known. I've been working since I was 12, 13. I was a paper boy.
Yeah.
So I've always worked, always hustled.
Mm-hmm.
So when things happen, it's like you don't fold, like you said. We figure shit out.
Yeah, you figure it out and you make it work.
You with the Haitian background, me with Nigerian background, there's certain things that, like it gets instilled in you and you just never get away from that. Your work ethic, your integrity, your morals. We don't get away from those things. Nor are you supposed to. I mean, some people along the way do, but that's just not me. And I know that's not you either.
Mm-hmm. But there's also some people in our culture that aren't like that. In both our cultures.
That's true.
So, I mean, I know it's your show, but what made you?
We love this, Luke. Give it to us.
What?
Oh, pause. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, oh, that was crazy.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I had to catch myself. I was like,
Crazy. Give it to us.
that was there. That was the
Both of y'all? Crazy.
I'm sorry, don't involve me.
You don't want no buzz in that, right?
All right, so you do you damn, I almost said something. You acquire your first house, right? So I know you told me that the person was telling you to hurry up and sell it and blah blah blah. Then you said they don't know how and why it. So explain, how was you wired to make you not sell it? Why didn't you sell it and you lost your job? Like the first thing a person is gonna say is like, "Hey, I got to work, get this bread. We can be flipping this. I'm good." What made you say, "Nah, I'm not selling it. I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna do something else"?
Because I didn't get into it to fail. Number one. Number two, because of how I grew up, nothing was ever handed to me. So anything that I got from hard work and, again, me figuring shit out. So anytime when a curveball was thrown at me, it made me kind of step back a little bit, and I need to go back to the drawing board and figure it out and figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
So for myself and my wife at the time, I started now. I'm looking for work, and things didn't happen. It took me maybe like 6 months to find another job. So because I didn't want anybody watching my kids, I started working overnights at the cable company.
Okay.
And my wife worked during the day. So my schedule for like 2 years or maybe 2.5 years was, I was doing midnight to 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
I would get home at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, try to get some sleep. I have to be at the bus stop to pick my daughter up at 2 o'clock with him. I take him with me. We pick up my daughter. From 2:30 till 5:30, I'm in the house with them, helping them with their homework or helping my daughter with her homework. The second my wife gets in the door, I'm out the door. From 6 to 8, I'm doing real estate, handling my appointments. I need to get home at 8:30 to eat, sleep, shower, or get to sleep by 9 o'clock so I can get up at 11 to be at work at midnight.
Mm.
And I did that for 2 years, 2.5 years. So for me, and also I bought the first house when I was 28. So I'd already been on my own. I left home when I was 2 months into 18.
Gotcha.
So nothing was ever easy for me. And that's just always been my life and my mindset. So anything that I do always has to work. Even if something happens and it looks a little rocky, let me get back to the drawing board and I got to figure it out. And that's just always in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the real estate, we were talking about real estate a second ago. Did you guys had you bought a property in like the early 90s, or you had a business, or you were renting out a space, or?
No, where you got that from?
Oh, I thought.
No, I mean, okay, so back in the days,
Back in the days.
I did acquire a house.
Okay.
Right? Acquired the house in Deer Park. And they took it.
Oh, okay.
They took it once even though I'm not on that case, so what happened is I needed money.
Right.
I sold it to someone, right? So it was crazy. So when I think about the whole thing, like I said, I was young.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Whether they meant to take advantage of me or they didn't mean to take advantage of me, my older siblings took advantage of me. I think the house back then, I think she got the house for $38. It was a low ranch. It's worth $500 now. This is the
Oh, Deer Park, you said, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. They got them outlets out there now.
I know. She bought it for 38 or 42. I gave her 75. Right? I'm locked up. You know, we split up. They're moving to Haiti. Lent her money to go to Haiti.
Right.
God bless her. She's passed away. But I still have to speak on what it was, but so when we go to sell the house, I mean, I'm in. I need the money so I could get out. My parole time finishes in August. I'm gonna be able to sell the house. Sold it for $150.
Okay.
Right? He gave me $50 down. I said, nah, I'm wait till you come home, and I get the money from you. Then I'm gonna go on this $50. Well, she went to do when my girl at the time went to take care of the house and everything. I think I was left with, because she didn't pay. When I paid my sister, she didn't pay the mortgage.
Right.
So she got the loan.
And both took off.
Right. Went to where she went to. When I go to sell the crib, I think it was a $50 deposit, and I think she still owed $35,000 or something on the house. So that shit was $15. I forgot what my bail was, but then it was no money. So when afterwards I went to trial, I went upstate. So I had 3.5 to 7, and I'm like, okay. I come home, I got $1. Like the stash.
Right.
Homie owes me $1. I get that back. And different things start happening in Jamaica with parole officers, police officers, and the next thing I know, people got arrested, and my $100,000 went somewhere else when he got arrested. And that was that. So it took that from him, which means, and I, back then everything was integrity and like, okay, I ain't worried.
Different year. It was yeah.
Here, just put this in his name, and that was it. So someone got a low ranch for $50,000. That's worth $500,000 now.
Ooh.
So that was my real estate arrest.
Oh, Lord. I had a whole bunch of questions on real estate. I don't even know if I want to touch it now. Lord.
Hey, that was my real estate. Like, when I sit back, bro, do you know how many times I, this is not a pause, right? I pinch myself.
Yeah, but
You know how many times I pinch myself and say, I could have brought a building in Times Square. It probably was like 50 racks, like the 60 racks. Even if you got a space and made it a parking lot, do you know how much money? But you're not even thinking like that, but it's just like...
It's like there was a lot going on. Yeah.
But it's like, if I had, again, a person greater than thou or a mate into things like, I did buy, matter of fact, I think me and Kat had bought a house. I think we went like 2020. It's like 40,000, 139th and Linder.
Oh, okay.
Right by Ajax Park.
Right.
We had a house down the block from his mother's house, and of course they took the house. So that was probably I'm sure that area of the house is up there.
We just sold one off of
700.
We just sold a 2-family on the Van Wyck Expressway right off of Foch, between Foch and 116. So you know that area.
How much?
We listed it for $899. Take a guess for how much we sold for. Luke, you know the area. So we want to talk about Queens, folks, because this guy knows Queens. Yeah, if you know, you know.
You got $899?
We listed it for $899.
Oh, so you got 1.2?
1-1.
When my wife went to sell the house, I think I forgot what we paid for. I gave part of the down payment, and then of course, half the mortgage for some years.
Right.
I'm sure she probably made $200 on it. And we was only married 2012. Well, did we get married? I believe it was 2012, and maybe we lasted 3 years. So we got the house, got married in the house, and yeah, she probably made a good $200.
For 3 years?
Mm-hmm. Lawton is a nice area, and
Lawton is very nice.
It's I forgot what the part was that they called it, like I can't remember, but it was a special part of Lawton. Like
The estates in the back on 38th, on 39th. Or,
no, it was on 228th and 135th, and they called it. I forgot what they called the area. It used to have the island in the middle. Then they took out the islands that was in the middle. Historical. It was called as a historical part of Lawton.
yeah, that's where all them. Yeah, in the back, 138th, 139th. You had a lot of nice houses back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to anybody who wants to invest but think that they need a lot of capital when it comes to real estate?
What advice would I give them?
Yeah.
Call these two guys right here. That's the best advice that I could give you. When it comes to real estate, my real estate's endeavors have been nightmares. So don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to get with these guys.
That's easy.
Once my break gets up, now I gotta come speak to them. So I'm glad that I did this show because now I have someone to teach me with real estate. So that's my next phase.
Thank you. That's easy. Let's talk about a little bit of the sneaker culture. Sneakers, the culture, the business.
Okay.
Because you growing up, what was, if you can think, well, I'm sure you don't think that far back.
The Jordan. That's when Jordans first came out. I had a black and the white with the black and the red, and I had the black pair with the red. The first ones that came out.
Okay.
When did I get arrested? 1985. Because I can remember how
The black with the red, yes.
I'm going with his first pair.
Yeah.
I can remember going there, and they was like, yo, you need to come to adults. Them people they're going to try to take your sneakers into adolescents, and I ain't going to adults. I'm going to put the adolescents. But I didn't stay, but I got to Rikers Island bullpen, and I was getting ready to have 1,001 fights for them new Air Jordans, right. and he called me.
Oh.
Stephen, bail out. But yeah, they had just came out, so they was on fire.
So how does it fit into your personal story, sneakers, at all? Your style, yes, but I'll let you answer.
Well, my style, yes, and sneakers is part of our culture. Has been. I played basketball. I had sneakers. Yeah, it's just I have more sneakers than I have shoes.
So do I.
So is everyone. And we don't, we're not getting one or two pairs of sneakers. We have flavors. We got boxes lined up on the walls.
You running around. I'm sure you got every color, every.
Yeah. I mean, I can, there was a time that one scuff, I'm getting another pair of sneakers, and then I'm going up to the neighborhood with garbage bags of sneakers that I wore 2-3 times. Like, hey, y'all, take the sneakers.
Oh.
So, yeah, because once it's scuff, you can't wear them.
You can't wear them, yeah.
Now they got all types of stuff, like
to clean it and do
all that, but yeah, just it's tough. Get another pair. Now they gotta last. Yeah. It can't be, and then the prices have run up. So, like Air Force Ones is what, close to $200?
Yeah.
What was they before? $50?
$50. You go on the app, like I told you, I grew up in Brooklyn, but then I lived in Queens for a little bit. I told you, Fortune 169th. I was right down the block from Royal Wilkins, and down the block from 40. Everybody went to Coliseum or you went to Gertz to get your to get your sneakers. Like you said, I think white on whites, 50, 75.
Yeah, it's, even with the Timberlands, like $200 for Timbs. It's supposed to be less than $100, man. What happened?
But let's go back, and we're gonna show people our age. What about 5411s that don't even cost 5411s anymore? The Reeboks?
Oh,
well, for the girls, the straps.
Yeah. Well, they had there was 2 straps for the girl, 1 strap for the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you can go on Amazon and get those. So those are still cheap.
Okay.
They're not that bad, because the young kids ain't wearing.
They're not wearing.
Only when there's wearing them is when you have an 80s, 90s block
theme parties, right?
Then you ordering your Fila sneakers or your Reeboks.
Back then too, you was
I was a Reebok kid.
oh, you were Reebok. Okay.
The ones with the one, like the girls had the two, the guys had the
They had the one. Right.
buy it. Then they had a workout one that was 3/4. I used to always get those. So when they get dirty, buy another pair. Buy another pair.
Yeah, you lived a different life.
Yeah. Yeah, it was different.
Nice. So you said, I guess the sneaker that you would say that represents where you came from, Reebok, for you?
At that time, at the time of the, the Fila suits and the Elite suit, it was Fila sneakers, Elite sneakers, the Reeboks. It wasn't Nikes, wasn't Adidas, even though shortly after Run DMC came out, and I think they pushed the shell toe Adidas, and made the culture absorb that part.
Yeah, the Felines, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I remember, growing up, we started going to Feli on, I think it was Madison Avenue, get the sweatsuits, get the cream.
They had a place on Jamaica Avenue called Centrals, and there's a salesman called Carl. I still remember his name. And Carl was that salesman that everyone in the neighborhood messed with. And when stuff came in, he would call. So it was like Adidas suits, Fila suits, and one begins with an E, ESS. I forgot the name. I can't remember the name. But
it was like that. You had the Tretons, you had Sauconys, you had Spot Builts.
Oh yeah, I had Spot Builts.
I'm sure you.
I was a ball player, so I had Spot Builts. Spot Builts made a lot of noise on the court. I had Spot Builts because when you shook them.
Yes.
Yeah, those were some times. Elise, that's the name.
Elise. Yeah.
So it was Elise, Fila, and Reebok. That's what I was wearing in those 80s. And when Jordans came out, then it was the next start coming.
Yes. Yep. You definitely captured it. Yeah, definitely captured that time. Yeah. I use naming it. Yeah. You got a question?
Yeah, I wanted to say kind of like wrapping up. Just fast forward, and what is some things you have in mind, like some goals you have, like for the next either year or next 5 years? What would you like to accomplish?
Like I said at the beginning, I need a hit. All it takes is one hit. Yeah. So you just gotta keep going till you get that hit. And once you get that hit, everything changes. In this was everything changes. Everything changes. The audience grows. But again, it's a process. Like my guy, he directed the movie. It's gonna be a Tubi original. Congratulations to him. If he wins, I win.
You win.
If I win, he wins.
Right.
I went to Jamaica. I directed Beat Yobo. That was dope. He was very informative, very teaching, and I learned when I did that project. I mean, filming in Jamaica is just different.
Yeah.
It's just different. The way that you treat it, the way that, here they have the table with, the crafty, which is snacks and this and that. And over there, they're bringing you crafty on the tray. Like, hey, you want something to drink? You want juice or you want water? And everything's in the tray. And then they walk around. So, that was a dope experience. The people are just so
gracious.
That's that, and the set of Secret Desires, which we just did, which was directed by Adrian Truchascano, was the first time that I filmed and it wasn't any disgruntledness or like smoothness.
Right.
So Secret Desires was the ultimate smoothness because, like I said, we've been working together, so we organized.
Right.
When I went to Jamaica, it was a different crew. I just went there to direct. So some things you had to fix as you went along. You might get somewhere or this might happen, like, okay, we have a jail scene. People escape from jail. Can't do jail no more. What are we going to do? I got to leave here at a certain time. So we found but a lot of the homes have gates.
Gates, yeah.
So he found a door that had a gate. He just was burgundy. I might, during the editing process, turn it black, and he just had to go in the doorway, fix the light, and it sounds like he was in the jail cell. Yeah. That's what we had to do, because, we went there. And what's past? It's a faith-based movie. It's a crime. It's a crime drama faith-based movie, which I've never
done.
I've never done faith-based, but I've crime drama faith-based.
That's the
God and crime. It was different, but it's gonna be dope. I think that the world will love it when they see it, and I can't wait for them to see it. Can't wait for them to see Secret Desires. If you guys are into streaming, you can watch Sin. You can just watch Trapped in Temptation. You can watch Heartbreaking Homicides. Those is out now. We're shooting 2 series in April. Shooting another series in May. Shooting in Miami in February. So if you are up and coming in this film world, and you want to get down on some things, just holler at me. If you're an actor, we post for acting. The thing is, right, what I've noticed since we got on that, and I don't mean to take you off the course that you guys was on, but I want to say this. So, I notice everywhere else when you tell people, send in a tape, do this, do that, they do it.
All right.
Like you have people like Crystal Dahl, Amina Monroe, these guys, these women, those is like to-be queens. Right. Whatever they in goes crazy. Plenty of views. And they send their tapes in. In New York, I notice that people that I know don't send the tapes in.
Really?
They think they have a sense of
entitlement.
So you don't want to go through the process of submitting for the thing, for the movie or the series, me responding and sending you sides and you sending in the tape. You think that I'm supposed to just give you the part, then you get mad at me. So I got to ask them a question, if I could. So, because I got to make sure I say the right words. So, since I'm trying to be great and you're trying to BS, I should lower my standards and BS with you, because the reason that we ask for tapes is so whoever the director is, whether it's myself, whether it's True, whether it's Frank, whether it's whoever, they have a certain vision. They're in charge. Sure. This is their show. So they want to make sure that you fit. So it's not like I think I'm Hollywood and now you got to send in the tape. Yes, you got to send in the tape.
Some things don't change, right?
Yeah, because guess what? If Fifth said send the tape, you would send the tape. If Enzel said send the tape, you would send the tape. If Star said send the tape, you would send the tape. So what is it that you don't have the respect for me to send the tape? Mm-hmm. So then you got to ask yourself the question, fuck with who fucks with you. So do you really fuck with me? Because if you do something wrong, the director or whoever else that has the money is going to say, why did you take that person without a tape? Right. I have a job to do. Like, help me to help you. That's the only way I could do. That's what I want to say. Because I noticed that about New York. I got a whole bunch of, after these auditions is over, I guarantee you, a girl or guy's going to call and say, yo, bro, why ain't put me in the tape? Let me see, we put posts, they have 12.
I see on your page, you got so many, yeah.
And it tells you what, like
what to do,
who to see, like, what character that you want to be in. And it's like, like I may speak to someone and say, hey, I'm shooting something down south. Could you make your voice down south? Well, I got to make your voice down south. The movie's being shot down
south. Hello.
and it wants people from down south. So you want me to put you in there so the guy can say, the F you got the New York accent in there when this is down
That's
south.
outside. I saw the movie.
So now,
How'd you looking crazy? Yeah.
because I wanted to look out for you. So no one looks out for me. So what I'm saying is, if you want it, you have to get it the same way that I have to do. No one is giving me a break because they know me. They're not. Matter of fact, the people that know me really ain't doing nothing for me.
Man.
It's the people that you least know that watch you on your journey and
And do more and appreciate every single time.
and or take that extra hand to give you so you can get to where you need to get to. While other ones wait and say, you got to do something for them. So that's just the New York state of mind, I guess.
Yes, but it's messed up, man. Well, that's and people wonder why they can't get why you can't get far in life or why you can't get anything without actually sticking to the script.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask another question before we wrap up. With mentorship and giving back, you become a mentor to younger men or younger people from the same environment or just all over the world. What is that? What motivates that? Or where does that come from? Because there's a lot of people that we all know that get to a certain point or a certain stature and choose not to look behind them. So that's why I was asking you that.
Okay, so I used to think like that also. Like some people get somewhere and then they just go and they just say F everyone. But I'm starting to learn why they do that.
Do that?
Yeah. And it's not, that's probably wasn't the intention at the beginning. But again, from what I just said, the entitlement,
You got it.
the envy, the jealousy, you don't want to be around
That's true.
none of that. And sometimes when you're dealing with our people, they have different agendas.
Sure.
And you know how they say, after some time, the mask comes off.
Every single time. It may
So-
take a little longer sometimes, but at some point it's gonna come off.
So after going through that a few times, you're going to be like, oh, I'm not going there. I'm not down for that. Because again, you have your family, your girl, your wife, whoever you call yourself, right? I like to be at peace. I don't like people. And I say that I don't like people. I don't mind being by myself. I don't have to be in the party. I don't have to be in the crowd. I can stay in the house all day and watch TV, read scripts, be on the phone, have meetings, and I'm good. There's no yearning like, I got to be outside. I don't have to be outside because most likely the people that's outside is not the people I want to meet.
That you want to be around.
So I take, and you can correct me if I'm saying the word wrong, solace in being alone.
Oh, solace?
Solace, okay.
Yeah, they call me a popular loner. My son could tell you.
Yeah.
I'd rather be by myself. Most of the time you see me, I'm by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I've never was the type. I mean, maybe back then,
Back
of
then.
course, we come in with a bunch of people, but I go a lot of places I'm by myself when I go. I don't go with a bunch of people. I go by myself, and I usually don't stay. Some people are like, yo, you gotta come out. You gotta come out. All right, okay, I'm here. What's up? All right, see you later. You're like, hold up, you going? Bro, I came out. I'm out.
If there's one message you want to leave with every listener to take away from your journey, what would it be?
It's okay there's no losses. Everything is a lesson in life, right? There's no losses. It's a lesson. So what I would ask you to take away from my journey is you're not going to get it right the first time, but just don't quit and keep at it and keep going till you get it right. The more you do, the better you're going to be at it. So whatever you choose to do, just keep doing it. Like I said, some people, everything happens right away, and some people it's a journey. So always remember that the triumph is in your journey. And if you keep that, then you're happy no matter how your journey comes out, because at least you went on the journey. Because some people is just sitting still watching. They didn't go on the journey. And
Did nothing.
did nothing.
I got more opinions than
Oh,
you know what.
yeah. Got more opinions than whatever. But yeah, my advice is just keep going. Don't stop. If you're on time, you're late. And what else I go by? If you're on time, you're late.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's why it's here early.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and you just don't stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is your process. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust it. It's not going to happen when you want it, but it's going to happen. You just got to keep the faith. And that's what I got for them.
Nice. One final question. When I watched the reinvention thing that they that you sent me.
Oh, the reinvention of Luke Stephen, yes.
Yes. I know you said when you were growing up or when you were coming up, you kind of put the family to the side. And
Oh, yes. Right.
and yeah, and then when they were asking for quotes, I noticed watching that and watching something else that your kids are all very, very close to you now. Or you keep
Except
them
for
very
one.
close. Well,
Yeah.
okay, except for one. Them speaking and saying some of the things that they've said about you as far as how you are and the closeness that you guys have, it just, to me, I guess it's more of a compliment than anything else. It speaks volumes, I think, as far as how you turned everything around and how you keep them so close now. It says a lot about you as an individual, as a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we all know from just how we came up, how some people have, just when you have kids, some people keep them away for whatever different reason, and you never get a chance sometimes to rebuild those relationships. But it looks like that you've done that, and you keep them very close. I know family right now is everything for you.
Yeah. So to touch on that, back then we were modeled after the Italian mafia. And in that realm of understanding, they always preached for the family, not your family. Their family comes first before anything. And I think that when I was younger, we tried to carbon copy that. It's like if your boss calls you, everything drops. You go. Doesn't matter. Someone's birthday, someone's whatever. Like, just when I sit back and look at it, such a terrible wrong that I did to my kids, because I just didn't know any better. Because I'd left home instead of, like, if I was home, is where my mother would have been, hey, you have to do this. Or if my father was around, he'd have said, hey, you have to do this. And I didn't have a father around. So these people became kind of like my older brother's family, whatever. And this is the example. Not a good example, but I mean, at the time,
That's what you knew, though.
that's what you know. So that's what you
Emulate.
what you emulated. And again, sometimes they ask if you had to do it over again, would you? And because of my kids, I would say I wouldn't want to change anything, because I wouldn't have the same kids, because I wouldn't have dealt with the same women that I had these children by if I wasn't in the lifestyle
That you
I was in.
got it.
So even though I have 4 kids, I have relationships with 3 of them, I would do anything to have a relationship with my other daughter. I would love us to go do therapy together. I have suggested it. She has cursed me out and said, I don't need to go to therapy to know you're a bad father. And I said, we're not going to therapy to say if I'm a bad father or not. We're going to therapy so we can heal what's going on and move forward. And I have to wait and respect her for whenever she's ready.
Ready. Good.
I have to be ready. I haven't, some people say, you have to keep talking, you got to keep calling them. It's like, and this is about after 2 or 3 years, I have feelings too. That's kind of a hurtful thing when you're trying to talk to your offspring and they're not trying to speak to you and not. It's not good. I mean, we'll see each other. I mean, maybe I do have to, that's going to be my New Year's resolution because her birthday's in February. I'm going to reach out and see what happens.
Good.
I'm going to say, hey, let's go out to eat. I'll probably bring the brothers and sisters in. Let's go out to eat for your birthday. It doesn't have to be on your birthday. Maybe it could be
Before
or after, but I would like to do that because I would like to get back on track with that.
Yeah.
If possible. It's been a long time. So, I know that you're angry, but I'd rather us speak now than one of us, and really one of us would be me. Then I'm gone and you never had a chance. I can remember when my ex-wife had saw her father passed, and I seen her go through so much because they didn't make amends. I just want to make amends with her before I go. I'm on the second half, so what I got? 10, 20?
you sound like my dad. He's 84. He's talking the other day that he's in the fourth quarter. So
Yeah, well, look, I'm in the fourth quarter. Come on, let's, just try to fix it.
Yeah.
If we can. I get it.
we'll remain hopeful. We'll definitely say prayers, and I hope that you do get a chance to mend that. How do people reach you?
Social media, Instagram, LUCRSTEPHEN. Facebook, I'm maxed out on the
Your friend account?
my friend account. So all you can do is follow me on Facebook. It is just LUC Luke Stephan. Twitter, X is Luke R. Stephan. You reach out to those. I am, just like he DM'd me.
Yes, and you respond. He responds.
I read my DM, So something else that I did, and I'll mention before we leave, is that I've created a formula that I've done myself, and I want to share it with the world. And I wrote a book, The Power Within, because whatever that you want to do, you have a power within you to make it happen. No one can make it happen unless you want it to happen. And that's what this book can help you with. It can help you to dig within yourself and find that power so you too can be a thing.
I got my copy, folks. You guys make sure you go out and get your copy. You'll see on my page, I'll grab the information from him and we'll definitely share it, post it, repost it, definitely grab it. Everything that this man is talking, he's speaking from experience. He's actually lived it. So definitely grab yourself a copy of this book and go watch the movies. You guys are home watching movies. Go watch the movies and support what he's doing. He's the real deal. And like I said, very honorable, and we appreciate his time. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, 516-218-1605. Family Agent on all platforms. Son?
Femi the Realtor on Instagram and 516-662-6824.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day and stay blessed. And go watch the movies and get yourself a copy of the book. It's on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Have a great day.